streaming the what's up, everybody? We're about to kick this one off. We got 2 intro songs coming. Let's go, baby. Here we go. I'm playing this 5K added on CoinPoker. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Let me get the intro songs rolling, baby. Sorry, guys. Running 1 second behind here. There we go.
Yeah, man. The odds always been stacked against me. You know, it's never been nothing, though. There's been times where I felt like I didn't have nowhere to go, but I've always had a strong network, strong people around me, my friends, my family. They've always helped me do that. You know, there are times where I might have stayed on my homie's the Bogle's couch for weeks. My homie Casey, I got his door kicked in, selling out of his house. Shit, man. You know, I remember being on the bus, driving past those lots and seeing those luxury cars like, man, one day I'm gonna afford those. And people looked at me like I was crazy. But I want to say thank you, because my haters have given me just as much inspiration as my support, so I love all you all equally. You guys keep hustling hard. I'll see you at the top. Check it.
Pass me the scale. I need that shit weighing right. Connect, spin on the road, driving all night. I remember being on the block under that porch lights, thinking I'll do whatever it takes to better my life. Being broke did something to my spirit. No matter what I got, they claimed they couldn't hear it. Look at me now, driving German engineering. I'm drunk, grab the tether, there's no way I should be steering. Damn, Graham, we used to grab them peas, hit the block, break it down and straight serve them fiends. Alright, Mike, grab the steel, get on the bike. We was only 14, but we was about that life. All the stupid shit we did, I can't believe nobody died. It's D-Block, bitch, but the money long as the alphabet. Cross me and I'll cross you off this real, please do not forget them other cats is counterfeit. Me, I don't have an ounce of it, never learned how to quit, that's why I sold a lot of shit. Started off with some bricks, graduated to some keys. How do you think I learned business? I ain't got no degrees. Sitting in a suit, getting loot when I was the blowing trees. Don't want to, but I'll shoot. You won't put my fingers, don't freeze. Who you know go hard on me? I get a pumping like an artery. The game is only for starters, G. On the bench where you should be a baller and a player, but you'll never see me hoop. But you'll know what I say if you ever see me shoot. No matter how you compute, the odds are in my favor. I can bring death or I can be your savior. In St. Louis City, dog, it's like that if you stay here. If you ain't bigger than stay clear, cause no more brews do not adhere. 9 a.m. we drinking beer, 10 o'clock on the block. Hour later, sold some rocks, back to the party spot. Start the cops from smoking bottom, living loud with all I got. The city's top of the game at night. My PO is 5 years, not a day lower. Nigga, what? Told that bitch holler at me when she's sober. I'm a felon, that's what's up. You think I ain't got that blower, bro? You wrong. Got the Glock, rock the head off his shoulders. Boom! Might fall around and drop an album. You know, just listen to it. Just one know.
Might have to drop an album, baby. You never know. Just one. But we got one more intro song coming. We got the homies making it in. I'm going to stream some poker. We're going to talk some crypto. We'll get into it. But one more song coming up, guys. Repost the stream. Say what's up.
Buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip. Yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon. Yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip. Them candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon. Yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. It's trade talk, homie, market makers who we need. We stay locked in cause we steady making cheese. Cause you're showing up daily, then making it some breeze. Just gotta click the button, overthinking makes you freeze. There's rules to this game, the pressure runs deep. Been around so long, I can tell you in my sleep. One, you gotta know who to trust. Who's always losing, who's coming in clutch. Two, you gotta know when to move. If you sideline on a pump, that's another way you lose. Three, is culture over everything. And something feels dope, it don't matter what nobody thinks. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip. Yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride into the moon. Yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip. to make it a breeze. Just gotta click the button, overthinking makes you freeze. I'm laughing to the bank while I'm laughing at some memes. Came in with the goal, Millie was the dream. This was going to a Billy, it ain't ever losing steam. About to go full court, put my trust in the team.
Run it up.
Staying up late, eyes glued in the screen. About to hit 100x, trading margin like a fiend. Long on red, short on green, real ones know just what I mean. Leave emotions out, bruh, profits over everything. Buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, yeah, the candles, they be ours. We ride it to the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. We buying every dip and we pumping up the chart. Click and let it rip, them candles, they be ours. We ride it to the moon, yeah, we lighten up the dark. You gotta take a chance if you're gonna leave your mark. Let's go, baby.
Let's
This
go,
one is for all
baby.
my traders, my deacons, and my Web3 hustlers. I'll see you at the top of the
Weekend,
chart.
baby. I see you. Let's run it up. Let's get this poker up here. We'll check in, say what's up to everybody in just a second. Got to get this screen up. I don't even know what's going on my screen here now. Oh, this guy raised me up. Hold on. Let me pull this screen up to the stage. There we go. There we go. Got to get Timbo up on the panel here. What's up, everybody? This is Crypto and Poker, powered by CoinPoker. Man, it's a exciting event to play in today. Even though I got a short stack, I max late red, but something I like to do anyways. But we got a good one going here, guys. CoinPoker is my decentralized casino, my decentralized poker room of choice, where we get in all the poker actions, the cash games, the multi-table tournaments. You know, I took a couple of days off, so some of you guys might have wondered where I've been. I had to give my brain a little break. But yeah, guys, I think everybody should be playing on CoinPoker for 3 reasons. The first one is they got 150% deposit bonus going on right now. If you're a first-time user, you deposit $1,000. They're going to put $2,500 in your account. You got to play through it a little bit, but you're going to get some free money. I love taking advantage of free money. Now, the second reason I think everybody should be playing there is their rake back system. Now, everywhere you play poker at, they take rake. They take a percentage out of every hand, a percentage out of every buy-in if they're playing a tournament, and it's just the cost of doing business. Well, at CoinPoker, they're decentralized, so they have their own token called CHIP, and as long as you hold some CHIP token, 33% of the amount you paid into rake throughout the week, you get back every Monday. So it's more free money, you know, just for participating in the ecosystem, playing poker there. Now, the third reason I think everybody should be playing there is they're decentralized. You know, I'm a full-time Web3 person, so I try to find decentralized stuff that I can support. And that thing is one of those things is a Web3 poker platform like CoinPoker. So you can deposit most of the major cryptos: Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, USDT, Polygon. I like to deposit USDT on Polygon just because it's the cheapest with the fees. So that's why I generally do that one. But yeah, guys, check it out. Get in the game. Some cool stuff going on right now. So one of the ambassadors for the site, you know, I'm an ambassador myself, but I don't got credentials like this guy. But Ben is his name. He just won a World Series of Poker bracelets. So this tournament I got streaming here right now is a little celebration tournament for him. He's in it, and first they put an added $5,000 into the prize pool. So as we get a little bit closer to the money, we will look and see what the prize pool is looking like. And then the other cool thing is 5 random people from this tournament get to play a single table tournament with him later for $5,000. So, you know, there's some more free money going down here too. So I'm hyped, man. And, you know, that's why I took a couple of days off from streaming. I know I'm about to be back on the poker streaming grind here on CoinPoker. The other cool thing you'll see on the screen on the table there, it says Cash Game World Championships. Next week, they're starting the Omaha Cash Game World Championships. So I'm hyped to tune in for it. I'm not gonna be playing it. It's a little higher stakes than I play, but I'm gonna stream it on here. We'll do some commentary and you know talk about it while we talk some crypto along the way. But yeah, man, that's what I got cooking with this. I want to check in with everybody and throw out some crypto discussion as we get cooking. But one thing we had talked about on the show this morning, I'm gonna shove it all in here. Ace 9, baby. Let's hope I'm good. Should be ahead of the range here against any two random cards. Ace high is good right now in theory. But yeah, guys, as we check in and say what's up to everybody, I'm wondering, what do you guys think about this government shutdown? I'm hearing some people say that it was done intentionally so insiders could front run what the pump that's coming, and maybe the pump we're starting to see develop right now. We got Timbo here from MKU3 Ultra, our resident conspiracy theorist in chief. Timbo, I want to let you kick this one off, man. What do you think about this government shutdown? You think it's intentional to allow insiders to get in? I can see your mic's off mute, Timbo, but I can't hear you saying anything. All right, no Timbo. He's probably having some technical difficulties. Let's throw it over to who we got up here. Let's start over Creek Coin. Creek Coin, what's good? What do you think about this delay, the government shutdown, delaying the ETFs? You think it was by design?
Yeah, of course I do, actually. And I think the government shutdown, like always, is political theater. It adds a little extra hopium to the market. We saw how the markets responded. I think Trump is very strategic in what he does. I think he'll stretch it out as long as possible. Maybe he will even, it was a space last night. Somebody was talking about the furloughing. Maybe these people will be permanently fired. That's one of Trump's favorite words. I'm big on thinking that the government loves to overspend, and we need to keep them in check. Every time we don't, they get away with more and more and more, and now we're in the situation we're in now. But I'm so bullish on Trump, dude. And people in Chicago obviously think I'm fucking crazy for saying this, dude. Like it's so nuts to think I have this view and they have the complete opposite view. We're in the same place. We live, we play together, all these fucking things. But like, they think he's a fucking Nazi and ruining the whole economy. And I'm like, are you guys even paying attention? Like, he's very strategic. Oh yeah, look, this guy, he bankrupt all his businesses. Now he's bankrupt the country. I'm like, that's not what a government shutdown is. But like, he will continue to play how he plays, dude. He's pretty smart. I think he's really good at playing dumb. So, but that's all I really got to say about that. It keeps me bullish, but not bullish enough to be like, oh yeah, it's just going to keep sending, and I'll just keep clipping the little gains. So,
No, I'm with you there. I mean, in reality, we can't really ask for much more than Trump than what he's done. He's launched a meme coin that anybody that was active in the space had a chance to eat on. He's brought regulation to the space. He's defined, where the U.S. has a stance at in the space. So like, he's a crypto president. If he didn't make you $1 million, I'm sorry, but he gave you plenty of opportunities to do something. What do you think about all this, Karma? You're our new crypto grinder that's been around for a minute, but finally locking in with us. What you think this government shutdown was a delay by design? All the panelists having technical difficulties today. Timbo texted me, said something's wrong with his phone. I'm gonna put on a little bit of music, let a few more homies show up here, and then we'll get back to the crypto talk. Let see if anybody's technical difficulties get a little better. Music courtesy to Herman. Need a double up. Preferably 2 double ups and I feel good. This one has a decent payout. I just checked. It's like 4,000 for first place. Late registration just finished. It'll be like 90 or 100 people paid. Like 300 people left. Thank you, Brush. Mad Mattis for reposting the stream. This dude be supporting all day long. Thank you, 5-6, aka Poker Dev, for reposting the stream. Another all-day hustler, all-day supporter, building his own project, Poker Token, going out to Vegas soon. Like to have all these people in the crew. A lot of solid builders around us. It's 7. Might have to get it in here. Gotta call shoves here. Unless this guy shoves and the other guy calls or shoves, then I could think about folding, but shove, fold, gotta call, hope for the best here, guys. Ace-7, let's hope it, oh, wow, well, this is the exact situation I was like a folding. Yeah, see, I'm behind both of them. But I folded the winner. Now I have no more raise folds in my repertoire, but I got ace-king suited, ace-king of clubs, baby. Let's ship it. We're getting it in here no matter what. Let's hope for a double up, maybe a triple up if we're lucky, baby. That Poker Cup Black, that background does look good. 5-6. Okay. I'll take it. I can take blinds a couple times and double up. Oh, here goes my double up. I can feel it. Gonna be tough with this 9-3, but I got 9.29 chips. That's close to 9-3. I'll let him take it. One more time, I can fold around the table here. I just got a DM that the poker marketing team have 420K in Aster. I think that's pretty bullish, to be real. They're about to blast some marketing here. That's cool. You know, and I guess we've been talking about Aster for a minute, and it's pumping now. I don't have the chart in front of me, man. While I play it, I don't like to be trading too much, but I'll pull it up. Maybe we'll do a little trading on stream today too. But man, you know, I think Aster is going to $4. So that's pretty bullish to see that CoinPoker has 420. So now they're in the near future. They're probably gonna have an extra 420. And look at all the promotions these guys do. That's pretty epic. I think that's a big deal, if we're being honest here. Bullish on DJs to know the space, man. If you're building in the space and you know how to make those plays, I'm gonna see if I can sneak one off here. That was a stupid raise by me. I stopped thinking for a second. I'll just get it in. It is what it is. Oh, maybe I can fold. I think I can fold. Maybe I was supposed to call. I was way behind though. Yeah, I was way behind. You can fold with these small stacks sometimes. It sounds retarded, but it's true. No, I'm not folding this ace. This guy raises. He's actually in pretty tight. Stick it in, hope for the best, baby. Best. Need an ace. Ace or deuce. Ace or deuce. Oh, no good. No good. Is what it is. Didn't do too well in this tournament here, guys. Timbo, we got you around yet? No, Timbo. Let's see what I can get.
Timbo's farming.
I'm gonna go play a little bit more poker on here. I'm gonna give all you guys a little break from having to talk crypto. I'll handle the weight of being a degen. Ooh, I'm $3 short on buying into the mini coin masters. It's a $25 buy-in. I have 22 in my account. I could send over $3, or we could go play some Omaha and see if we can make some money, and then come play. Let's see how degenerate we can get on stream with this last $22 in my account. That sounds like a more fun idea, doesn't it, Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, I'd do that.
All right, cool. We're gonna take $22 to the 25.50. I think I can get in short stack on this team. I can get in short stack on this team. We're gonna get degenerate here. See, guys, my degeneracy is controlled degeneracy. I take $22 to a $50 buy-in tournament or table, so I don't have to send another $3 over to my account. That's crypto math. We've actually run the numbers on this, and it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Either it works out or it doesn't. 50-50. You know, we might get two tables going here. There's a 50-50 chance. Either it happens or it doesn't. Let's see, let me get this screen up in case I decide to get crazy on this. All right, here we go. Let's see what I got. Omaha, 4 cards. All right, I'm gonna check. Probably could have raised it. Probably could have raised it. I don't think anyone else have anything. this guy though. We'll play a little bit with Formula City. Spot this baby. These guys are all training for the Poker World Championships. They're playing tight. Oh, we got Hermit showing up. There's Hermit. We got Hermit on the beats. Had to give Hermit some new intro music. What's up, X-Platelets? We appreciate you showing some love on the post here, the stream here. Fight fold. Good fight though. Oh man, hope everything's okay with your car. Cars are always expensive, man. That's why when I went full-time crypto, got rid of my Mercedes. I work from home for the most part. I trade, right? So I'm just generally chilling home today. No need for a car for me. I save all that money. Somehow I end up spending money on my girlfriend's car, but that's just how that works, I think. Appreciate all the love, X-Platelets. Garage. Gonna get your money back. Yeah, man, I'm down bad. I'm down that $40 buy-in in the tournament. So I'm on this table here for 23 right now. So I mean, I really need 75 so I can feel okay about myself, not be a loser. But only a winner of 15, you still feel kind of like a loser. Let's check in with Hermit here. I want to say what's up to the homie Hermit. Oh, I got Kings, 8, 9. I like it. My one king is suited down here, baby. Hermit, how you doing, bro? Let me pause the music for a second. Hermit, how you doing, homie? Is something wrong with StreamYard today? It's functioning like X. It's not working for anybody. All right, we're gonna shift to a little bit of country music now. Some country music that I had AI make.
Pass me the scale, I need that shit where I Connect's been on the road, driving all night. I remember being on the block, under them porch lights, thinking I'll do whatever it takes to better my life. Damn, Grim, we used to grab MPs, hit the block, break it down. Straight serving fiends, alright Mike, grab a steel, get on the bike. We was only 14, but we was about that like this D-block bitch. But the money's long as the alphabet cross me, and I'll cross you off. That's real, please do not forget. The mother cats is counterfeit me. I don't have an ounce of it, that's why I never learned how to quit.
8, 6,
Started
7
off with some
days.
bricks, graduated with some keys. How you think I learned business? I ain't got no degrees. See me in a suit, getting loot, but I'm still blowing trees. Don't want to, but I'll shoot. You want proof? My fingers don't freeze. My PO's first off was 5 years, not a day lower. Hey. So that bitch holla at me when she's sober. Pass me the scale, I need that shit where I Connect's been on the road, driving all night. I remember being on the block, under them porch lights, thinking I'll do whatever it takes to better my life. Damn, Grim, we used to grab MPs, hit the block of my life. Know me, I'm from St. Louis, you dig, where we always living it up, cause we doing it big. Chasing big booty bitches, pushing strollers with kids, the backyard parties, eating barbecue ribs. I'm about to roll a blunt, put the brew in the fridge, forget about the drama, baby mama's at the crib.
Is this you, Andrew, singing?
It's I wrote the lyrics, but it's AI.
Dude, I'm like, this sounds like you. This sounds like something you would write, like the style of that. I was like, oh shit, I loved using Sora, or not Sora, Sono, Suno.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so amazing. That's like what I do for fun.
Yeah, I made all this stuff for fun, and then I was like, hey, the Hermit sent me some stuff he made. I was like, yeah, I'll upload my stuff too.
You have like 100 songs about my dog. I should probably cue those up for Buddy Space later. It'd be hilarious.
There, you can make those NFTs. Let people minute in my buddy token or something.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call in here. This guy's already put that down. I'm not gonna get notes.
The game's been my savior, work for it all, ain't been given no favors. I know me, I'm from St. Louis, you dig, where we always living in. Life is changing, still blazing, but the fast lane's growing. No hard time struck out of luck, I might just have to fold. I never know where to go when life gets freezing cold. Cash is great, but I hate what it's bringing low. Can't take the stress, so I gotta keep my switch and roll. Rewind time in my mind while I'm getting low. Back when streets were so sweet. Seduce with stacks of dough. Kids is dying, losing lives over brand name clothes.
I have a quick question. What do you think the repercussions of the Zoran Mamdani guy becoming New York City mayor, considering he's pretty much communist. Like they say, he says he's democratic socialist or whatever, but that to me is just communist. But like, like just in terms of like, you got all those banks headquartered there, like all of it, like just like the stock exchange, like how is that gonna go over? Like I can't imagine it going over very well, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's dude, that's a good question because I truly don't know too much myself. Like obviously I know the dude, I know what he's about, but how much control does a mayor really have in the city to put those types of regulations on banks and financial services? I feel like that's more likely a federal level type thing, you know, but like I don't know. I just know this how this it works with the St. Louis mayor, and like it's more so about like how money is spent within the city is what they have a lot of decisions on. But like as far as like what can go down in the city, I'm not sure where their power lies with that.
Gotcha.
That's a good question, man. If anybody knows or chime in, or even if you're listening in, let us know. That's one I truly don't have the answer to.
Creekline bounced out. I was hoping he was gonna have an answer, but
You got any insights, Creekwind?
nah, he's not in here anymore. At least
I didn't know he bounced out.
I could be wrong.
Oh, him and Karma are trying to get back in. I just saw him and Karma were trying to get back in. My bad, guys. My bad. I just saw you guys in the waiting room.
All good. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, I mean, all the concerns are the reason he won't win. There couldn't even be a way he wins. So New York, you'd said it. All the banks, all these things are here. All the money is on the East Coast. When they came over here and took this country and named it America, they came on the East Coast and they started building out there. And, we had a gold rush. That's the only reason it got people out west. But bankers and, all the European and Jewish money stayed in New York. It will never leave New York, dude. It's a gross place. Like Chicago is fucked up in parts, but it's super clean. It's a nice place, dude. New York is so dirty, dude. And like besides Billionaires Row, like I wouldn't want to be anywhere in New York, but for some reason everything still stays there, and it's because they've built up generational wealth. There are too many people in control for, especially, no offense to the religion, because I studied Islam for 15 years, but he's a Muslim, bro. And whatever your views are on 9/11 conspiracy or not, dude, people did die. That was real. Lots of firefighters died. Lots of important people died from that. So the sentiment about ever having a Muslim mayor being elected there, that's 100 years away. If there's a poly market bet or something, I would put all my money on him not winning. There were a lot of people up against Trump too. Nobody thought he would win. I mean, he's against the whole establishment, and he came in and won, but his people weren't responsible for killing all these Americans on 9/11. And that's how people see it. I don't see things as black and white, but I think the general sentiment is there's no way a Muslim would ever become mayor of New York, not anytime soon. Maybe our kids will elect him or something, because they won't have that. I know where I was on 9/11. I'm sure everybody knows where they were on 9/11, dude. That was a crazy freaking day. And just to think, like, the people that lived there, like, I don't know if any of you guys are from New York, but like the people that lived there when that happened, it did something to them, dude. It definitely did something. They're really resilient people too. So, and they like it the way things are. There are people that live in a 200 square foot apartment with a roommate and pay $3,000 a month just so that they can be in New York. People like it if they're from New York, but that means they're very stern in their values, traditions, things like that. So I don't see it happening, dude. There's way too much at stake if that guy, even if he couldn't, he's not gonna like change the banking, but he would make he would like urge the state to make regulations, and then he would do city things, and I'd say 80% of the money in New York is real estate. The guy wants to change the whole real estate market. They tried, the Democrats tried having Trump indicted because they said he overinflated the values of one of his properties. And anybody that's in real estate knows, like, that's how the game works. Dude, they have you fill this out, you get an appraisal, you send it in, and then it goes through.
Well, that got thrown out in appeals, right?
Of course, yeah, dude. Because think of all the money that would have left New York, dude. Everybody. I think it was what's his fucking name? Grant Cardone came on, and he's like, dude, if they do that, all the money will be pulled out. And like, I'm still bullish on Miami. We actually look at multifamilies down there with CreeCoin, and there's a lot of loans. One of our strategies of finding these properties is we cross-reference public records with certain loan amounts, when the loans are to be matured. Then we look at the situation of who's holding that note and if it's profitable for us to buy them out pennies on the dollar before they default on the loan, which is crazy, dude. There's like a billion deals out there for real estate. Not really as much in New York. The Ken Griffin, we had Ken Griffin, he's a billionaire. He was in Chicago for the longest time. And our mayor at the time was just letting the city get destroyed, dude. And he left our city. He donated all this money to a museum. He built a 15-mile bike and jogging path along the lakefront, dude. He's a good dude, but he moved all his money down to Miami because of politics. So that will show you, billionaires, they run the lobbyists. This is all just it's a game that they're playing that we're, victims of, but you don't always have to be a victim. Like, you can ride the waves with these guys. And like, I have enough, what would you call it? Support in the way things work right now that I don't think anybody could come in and change them anytime soon. And, this new anomaly or this new variable of crypto, you see BlackRock running around with their heads cut off. Look at why weren't they buying at 10,000? Where were they in 2016? Why weren't they stacking their fucking money then? They're scared, dude. They see this is working. And you can literally, financial freedom isn't about having a bunch of money, because you could have a bunch of money and the government's going to take half of it. Financial freedom is about having a currency that is borderless and permissionless, dude. Meaning, like, if I want to send Andrew money, I want to send him $20. There's $20, dude. Like, there's no ACH, there's no time wait, there's no this, no that. And all of those things that slow down this process of me giving Andrew money are solved by cryptocurrency. But also, the banks go, oh shit, now we can't make all this money, transaction fees, and we can't hold the money for 3 days and play it in the market. They make 5% on millions and millions of dollars while they're waiting to give it back to you. Like, if you've ever refunded something, you would see how this game is screwed. But dude, this guy winning the mayor of New York, I'd bet a Bitcoin that he does not win. Like,
dude,
right now,
he's an 80% favorite.
Yeah, he ain't.
I was gonna say I saw 90% favorite on Poly Market at one point. So I was like, if you're gonna make a bet,
they're getting aggregated from false sentiment and false polls, dude. That's how the Democrats have ran things since the dawn of time. They even did this.
Live stream you betting a Bitcoin, that would go viral as shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, somebody get Win on here, dude. Win would probably be on my side. He don't always win. I don't really want him on my side. The sentiment, they did this shit in Mexico. They used
real quick, guys, just a heads up. I did buy into the Mini Coin Masters Shiba, $25 buy-in, $1,500 for first place. I'm in the tournament now. We got the double up in Omaha. We got in the one we wanted, baby. Go ahead, guys. My bad.
Yeah, this guy, there's no way he's gonna win. They can throw millions and millions of dollars at creating false polls and false sentiment. New York is a liberal ran city. So I could tell you this. I was walking my dog last week, and when I was coming back home, I'm right on Michigan Avenue where all the tourists are. The news was over there, and they're like, hey, can we ask you a question? I'm like, sure. And they're like, Trump is sending National Guard to Chicago. How do you feel about that? And I was like, well, I'm the wrong person to be asking. I live right here. You don't see, doesn't look like we need National Guard. But if you go a few miles south on this road, you should go ask the people that live down there how they feel, because they're being held hostage in their own homes. Kids are getting killed trying to get educations. The average killer in Chicago is like 15 years old, bro. The problem is down there. Why don't you just break it down for what it is and say it? It's not so black and white as, do you want Chicago to have National Guard troops? That's fucking crazy. Like, they're not going to occupy every single block of Chicago. They raided, okay, it wasn't even the National Guard, it was ICE. They raided an apartment building a few miles from me, and they kicked in every door to every apartment. Now, everybody in these apartments weren't gang members and shit, but they did catch, I think, like 35 Trace Agua, connections, gangbangers, and that's why it's all, they're destroying that whole entire cartel from the inside out. All those guys they arrested are going to narc out 35 more guys, and they're going to do it just like the police did it, but with more people and more guns to try to solve this problem. I wasn't aired on the news, bro. Like, they don't air me on the news because my opinion doesn't fit their narrative. Why would they do that? They just keep showing people's views that fit their narrative, and that's all they're going to show you until what it does to you psychologically. It goes, yeah, why would I even go out and vote? Mamdani's going to win. The polls are saying it. They did the same shit. Cartels did this in Mexico with elections too. If you've ever watched Narcos, they'll break it down like how that shit's real, what they did. To the point where the election results were coming in, and on that day they skew them. So then people that were planning on going to vote later on in the evening see the election results, and they're like, yeah, I'm definitely not going and voting. And I have a good feeling that's what's going on. They want to try really hard, but yeah, dude, I don't see it happening. I don't. There's too many billions on the line. And if it does happen, you'll see New York destroyed in like a year, dude. All of those buildings on Billionaires Row are not really owned by Americans, dude. These are places for people all around the world to park their money. People park their money in real estate because it's safe. Big chunks of these skyscrapers are sitting empty. They're just fancy looking bank accounts. I don't think he's winning. That's just my opinion, though.
Dude, that's a huge call. You heard it here first, man. You made me want to go throw just a couple of dollars on it just in case.
Exactly. Like I said, I think I saw Polymarket say he was up 90%. So, like, it was a 90% chance he wins, and this is like, all right. But with Creecoin got me convinced. So I may go port a few bucks to Polygon and toss in a bet.
Well, to be real, if there ever was an election some hardcore fraud was going to go down in, it would probably be that election. And I think some hardcore fraud went down in 2020, but that's a different subject. But I think that enough of the Democrats actually don't like that guy because he's an outsider. But then the Republicans don't like him either. So everybody's threatened. So I know Creecoin had touched on that. But if both sides ever wanted to come together and do some shady stuff together and collaborate and use all the powers of bad, this would probably be the time they would do it.
Well, and I like his whole popular thing is basically take from the rich, give to the poor. Essentially is what it comes down to. So that's why, of course, everybody's like, oh, well, you're going to give me more free money? Perfect. I'll take it. Never mind that, they might already be on, government subsidized programming or monetary funding or whatever. But it's just it's one of those deals. If you're a young kid trying to live in New York, they're like, I can't even live. And that's just well, how much do you make? And it's well, I make $100K doing what? This. Well, you could move somewhere that's not New York and probably be okay. Is it going to be as quote unquote exciting? No, but it's not going to be like sitting there like poor, you know. I told myself it's like I'm not well off by any stretch of the imagination, but I was like, man, I was just like before I even moved to any like crappy part of town, I was like, I will live out of my truck. I will drive it. Like, you know, we make fun that I live in a cave, but I will live in a cave before I live like in the ghetto type stuff, just because it's like I like my chances of just living a happier life in a cave in the wilderness than I do in a ghetto area with some semblance of like all the, you know, oh, I got plumbing and electricity type of thing, which, you know, might sound odd, but that's just me. So you heard it here first, everybody. I'd rather be homeless in the wilderness than having a crappy apartment where I don't want to live. So
I respect it. I mean, I don't know if I go that far, but I mean, like, I would rather live in a small Midwestern town where nothing was popping than live in New York and pay what it costs to live there and just deal with everything that comes there too.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I would rather like I'll move, but it's like if I have like my only choice is ghetto or the wilderness, it's the wilderness. But I don't have kids or anything, so obviously, if having a family changes things, but you know, at the moment, like that's like, yep, I'm taking my chances, with bears, mountain lions, who knows what else.
Oh yeah, I never stressed much when I didn't have a kid either. I spent a lot of time couch surfing in my 20s and stuff, but I lived a lifestyle that was suited for it back then, to where like I played poker for a while, then I go knock some doors, make a bunch of money. It get cold, I didn't want to knock doors, so I just go play poker for a while. I get tired of being inside. It'd be nice out, so I want to knock doors again. So I go knock doors. So my first few years of door to door, I took off every winter and just played poker, and it definitely stifled my career a little bit. But yeah, I totally get it. You know, I don't know. If I didn't have a kid, I'd probably be different. But having a kid was good for me. I kind of got it together now.
Dude, Politico just published something. They have him at 45%. You know, he would, if he did win, he'd make history that he'd be the first mayor in recent memory to win without majority support. So, like, this is what I mean by fucking people throwing their vote away. So say, because I love debating, even if it's not my view. So I put myself as a liberal. I want this guy to win. Now, if I'm a smart liberal, if there is a fucking thing, I would see he doesn't have majority support. He's going to be a statue. He won't be able to do much if everybody else in New York is against him, including all the other politicians. There's more than a mayor. The reason we have this political structure is so no one person can just be Hitler. No offense, Gold Rush, but this guy, he won't win, dude. You look at how much it costs to win elections. This is what I always look at. If you want to know who the winners are, look at their war chests. I predicted I didn't predict Astor. We called it really early, right around the same time Hermit did, I think, in our group. But I saw what CZ was doing, just chilling, and he has all this money, but he's not able to operate in the space anymore because he committed crimes. But he can't operate in DeFi, and you know that's why he's over at Astor. I'm like, do you know how much money this guy has, dude? Like, this is gonna send so hard. I got in really early with Pancake Swap and rode it to the top, DCA'd out like 80% of my bag, and then held it to still where it's at. but like from where it's at today, from where it launched, I think it's only up like 200 something %. But at one point, it shot to the freaking moon.
No, I was part of that pancake swap run.
That was fucking awesome, dude. I saw this coming and I'm like, look, if history repeats itself, dude, Aster hasn't seen shit yet. Like, I give it up to you guys for trading perps. Like, I just won't do it at all. But like, I hold a lot of Aster, dude. Like a lot. I made a bunch, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna save enough. I bought myself like a really nice TV and like a bedroom set, and I'm going long, meaning long holding the shit, dude. I'm not gonna try losing it in some perp trading though. But what I was thinking, you were saying you might do some trading later on the stream. I keep thinking about what I had saw going on in South Korea last week and how the perp trading was like watching gaming. You know, when people used to talk about watching gaming, they thought it was a joke, and look at how big it is now, dude. Like if you were to do that on your live stream, you know, if we can invite other people from X that do this.
That's actually a brilliant idea. The perps trading championships.
Fucking do it, dude. I'll help put this together too any way I can. Like I know some other perps. I mean, we have a really, really good one in my Filipino group, dude. And definitely get him on. And he's somebody that helps me make alpha calls. We just trade him back and forth in our group. So
Oh yeah, I love that idea. That'd be awesome.
because that's what I thought Lotto was doing too. I was like, oh, perps trade. I'm like, this ain't perps trade. I'm like, you guys just sit here yelling about your coin launch. I thought you guys were gonna be in here trading perps. I was gonna.
Well, they normally trade perps. That was just coin launch night.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, dude. So you could get those guys then if that's what they're doing. You have a championship, you know, like squads. It would bring attention to whatever projects, you know, those guys are supporting. They all come together. You know, you could come fucking squash beef, dude. Like do all sorts of shit and have prizes. I'm very good, even way before AI, but with AI, it's insane. But I'm really good at reaching out for corporate sponsorships because I know how corporations work and what they're looking for. I did it with Lollapalooza. I was in the sponsorship division for over 10 years. I got Bud Light to go from 200,000 to 3.5 million for naming rights for the South Stage at Lolla. So I'm like really good in boardrooms. But people would eat this shit up, dude. I'd be like, look, this is like early gaming, you know, but it's more. There's big money involved.
No, I think that's actually a great idea. Maybe I can even get with CoinPoker to put that together. Because they have their futures platform and they're trying to push that a little bit. So who knows what
that would be crazy.
What we can get cooking there. Well, guys, I busted 2 tournaments today. I mean, I was on such a good run the first month of the stream, month 2. I'm in the red. I'm in the negative. A couple buy-ins right now, but it's just the variance of the game. But before we wrap up or anything, I do want to check in with people and get some thoughts from you guys on one more of these topics. Let me grab my phone so I can get my my notes up here. Oh, so actually, ironically enough, it was Pancake Swap that I wanted to talk about before we wrapped up a bit today. Was in Q3, Pancake Swap did 772 billion in trading volume. Do you guys think that Q4 is going to be all about on-chain dominance with BNB? You know, maybe taking some steam because I'm seeing a lot of activity pick up over there. What do you guys think?
I think CZ has a lot of money. A lot of friends with a lot of money. And now that he's in the space where there's not the rules and regulations of a centralized exchange, I wouldn't take him lightly at all. I don't know if he's going to win it. I'm sitting here going, what's Coinbase up to? You know, they got all the money. They're centralized. They're connected with Trump. All of this. They got their stable coins. I think it might kick off a race, between BNB, between Base, between Solana. What the hell is Ethereum doing? Just sitting chilling in the cut. Like Clutch said, it's safe because it's not doing shit. But like Trump has a bunch of it. So put all of those things, all those factors, through a simulation and see who wins. I don't know, dude. It's crazy. We're gonna see. We could fucking definitely benefit from it. It's a little hopium, but it's a lot of data when you put it together. How much money they have, how much influence, the state of our politics, our economy, everything, dude. That's why we see CZ right now. I think he knows too. There's these guys that have billions, tens of billions of dollars and shit. They know shit that we'll never know, dude. So the answer to 99 out of 100 questions is always somehow money. So I guess that's your answer. BNB is gonna fucking kill it, dude. They're gonna kill it. I'm just hoping to see the other guys that are silent come out of it. Take it as a threat or maybe just an engagement of war. We'll see.
No, I'm with you. I actually just pulled out this Bitcoin chart. It ran up to 124K, like we're about there, like I mentioned earlier. So it looks like we hit the spot. Well, guys, we lost our other. Oh, here's Hermit's trying to wake his way back. I thought we lost everybody. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from Hermit though. Hermit, what do you think about all this volume on BNB? You think Q4 is going to be all about BNB?
I think it's going to depend on when did the majority of the Q4 volume show up? Because I just have a feeling that Aster had a big had to do with a lot of that volume just showing up because it just seems like all of a sudden because we were like, oh, BNB quietly hits all-time highs, and it just happened to really kind of coincide more with Aster being dropped. So now everybody's trying to get on there, and then it's like if people are trying to swap, where do you go? Pancake swap, and there you go. Like it would be interesting to see the metrics from like day-to-day metrics of when Aster did their airdrop and then really started to gain traction. Because will it be all about them at this point? Sure, but with October 5th coming up, it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with the next airdrop and like what's the third season for Aster going to be,
Yeah.
because that's everybody's trying to farm it now, but then it's like, okay, do we farm it some more, or like how are they going to decide how they want to do all of that?
Yeah, like even myself personally, I don't even know what my plans are after this round of farming for it. I think we got 2 more days, Hermit. I think we
Yeah, we got it said October 5th is when is the final day of the season. So for season 2, and then it's on to season 3. So we'll see what other additional stuff they decide to add to the platform, and they'll go from there.
For sure. Well, good stuff, guys. We're gonna wrap this one up. I busted out of the tournament early today. It's gonna give me a chance to work on some other stuff we got cooking going into the next week. But thank you to all the panelists for showing up and hanging. Thank you to all the viewers for coming and showing some support. Get over to CoinPoker, create an account, check out the poker games. If you wanna play me, heads up. I'm playing pretty bad right now apparently. So you guys take a shot at me. But thanks a lot, guys. We will be back later today on X with the MKU deep dive. I don't know what the conspiracy is for tonight, but they're gonna be getting into some conspiracies and stuff. But peace out, everybody. See you later.